Yesterday, I had the honor of praying with a friend for her daughter, and afterwards, we were talking about the amazing aspect of God just partnering with us and choosing to partner with us in what He's doing in the world, and how He puts prayers on people's hearts to pray that He's wanting to answer. And so she was just recounting how God has been pressing on her to pray these specific things for her daughter, and right now they're all coming to pass. And and so a couple books, I forget actually what book this was, but it was written by an intercessor, and a line in it has stuck with me over many years, that God does nothing but an answer to prayer. And then another book called Destined for the Throne, which I highly recommend. It's an amazing book. In there, it gives the analogy of God basically writing us a blank check, and His signature is already there, and it's a check that needs 2 signatures to be deposited, and He's just waiting for us to put our signature on there as well. And also, like, what are we asking for? And He's waiting for us to partner with Him to basically bring His kingdom here, and which goes along with how Jesus says, if you ask it for anything in my name, I will do it. And I believe that in His name is basically meaning what He's wanting to do, what is in line with His character, with His nature, what He is wanting to do. If we ask, if we choose to partner with Him in what He's already wanting to do, He'll do it. And it's interesting to me that I mean, personally, I don't think that He will do it just on His own. I think He so much wants to partner with us that He waits for us to get on board. And there's a passage in Isaiah where there's this evil nation, and God is talking about the evilness of this nation, and then He makes this comment that He was surprised that there was no one there to intercede. And then He talks about how He's going to destroy that nation. And it doesn't say whether, if there were someone there to intercede, if He wouldn't destroy the nation. But it's just interesting that He makes that comment, that He's surprised and He wonders, and He was looking for someone to intercede for them. And so, I mean, prayer is very mysterious. Like, I don't really understand prayer myself fully, except for that I think also with the book Destined for the Throne is talking about how we are in training, basically. Like, we're seated with Christ in heavenly places. We're in training to do spiritual warfare, to be on the throne with Him. You know, we're going to be a nation of kings and priests, and God's given us authority to bring His kingdom here. And so right now we're in training to learn how to rule and reign with Jesus. And that involves commissioning angels. It involves, the book doesn't talk about that. That's just something I've learned otherwise. But it involves praying. It involves listening to God, knowing what He's wanting to do so that we can pray prayers that are actually effective. And So it's just interesting. Like, sometimes we wonder, like, why is God allowing all this stuff to happen? And I think part of it might be that He is wanting to train us and to partner with us. And I mean, Satan and God are not equal. They're not opposite, equal opposite. Like, God created Satan. You know, there's no contest really. And yet, I think for some reason, God has us battling these things and doesn't necessarily just wipe them all out and make it quote unquote easy for us, but actually has us in training to learn how to fight evil, to learn how to bring His kingdom. And the biggest thing, I think, is our will. Like, do we have the will to fight evil? Do we have the will for his kingdom to come? Do we have the will to want to be close to God? So all, our heart gets revealed in the process. And so anyway, those are some thoughts on prayer, and I would love to hear your thoughts as well.